Hello, welcome to my house and welcome to my channel. I'm Laura Cepeda and today I'm going to show you how you can make this poncho with a braid, and you will have the opportunity to make it with a neck too. Do you remember that in the last video I showed you how you can make this braid? Well, today we are going to make it in a poncho. It seems to be a little bit difficult, but you will see that it's very easy. Also the stitch, it's easy too. We will use the needles and we will use the hook to make the last stitch of the edge. But don't worry, I will give you the step by step and it will be very easy to follow. Also in this video I show you how you can combine colors and how you are going to change color while we make the stitch. Okay, and you will decide if you want to put the neck or not. It will be up to you, and also you will decide if you want to make the last stitch of the edge. Okay, so you will make your own style. But well, before we start, it's important that you subscribe. But let's start. Well, for this poncho in my size, we are going to need 500 grams, 300 grams in this gray color. This is a medium weight yarn number 4, and we will use 300 grams in this gray. I will use this brand, and then we will use 200 grams in a bluish color. In this one, we will use 200 grams, okay? Also a medium weight yarn number 4. Well, as I told you, we will use the needles and the hook. So we will use the needles of number 7, like this one, and we will use the hook of number 4 and stitches holders. And this is all the material that we will use. Well, and some markers, sorry. Well, let's start. Well, we will start making a long strip that goes all around our body. So, with one thread and with our needles, we will start casting on the stitches. We will cast on 47 stitches. Well, I know that there are a lot of different ways that you can cast on the stitches, but as I always suggest, to me this is the easiest and is the way that you don't waste any material. So like this, I'm going to cast on 47 stitches and 47 centimeters. Well, we will need the first stitch of the first row, always remember, and then we will need the next 15 stitches. 1, 2, 12, 13, 14, and 15. So let's count 2, 4, okay, 15, right? So the next one we are going to pour. And then after we pour 1, we are going to need the next 15. 15, and again we are going to pour 1. Then we are going to need the next 15. And like this the whole row. Well, we will need always the first 15 stitches and also the last 15. Okay, so here we will start knitting the first 15, and remember also the last 15 stitches. So we will pass the first stitch and then we will knit. Okay, so first let's finish these 15 stitches and I will teach you how we are going to continue. Well, remember that this is the stitch that we pour in the last row. Well, now that we are in a row that we are coming back, we are going to knit it, okay? Because we are in the wrong side row, so that's why we are going to knit it. And then the next 15 coming stitches we are going to pour, so count until you have 15. So here we are again where we pour in the last row, remember? So here we are going to knit it because we are in the wrong side row like we made here. Well, then we will finish knitting the last 15 stitches. Well, at the end of this row, we are going to repeat the first row, remember? So we are going to pass the first stitch, we will knit the first 15, and then we are going to make pour here where is the marker, then we will continue making the next 15, we will knit them, then we will pour, and then we will finish knitting the last 15. And then for the second row of the series, here we are going to knit these stitches where we have the markers. We are going to pour the stitches that we have here in between, and we will finish knitting the last 15 stitches. So when we are in the right side, here where we have the markers, we are going to make them pour, and in the wrong side, we are going to knit them. Well, here I get ahead a little bit and I made more rows because I want to show you the stitch. So remember, always at the beginning and at the end, the first and the last 15 stitches, we are going to knit all the stitches. And here between these 15 stitches, we are going to knit when we are in the right side, and when we are in the wrong side, we are going to pour to make the jersey stitch. And here between sections we are going to make a purl stitch here where is the marker, and also here. And if you see the wrong side, it looks like this, look. So in the wrong side we will knit it, and in the right side we are going to purl, so we can have the division. Well, now that everything's a little bit clear, so now we are here at the end of the 5th row. So when we are about to start the 6th row, right there is where we are going to make the braid. But well, the first step to make this braid is that we have to knit the first 15 stitches. So see you there. So well, after we knit the 15 stitches, we are going to pour one stitch, and then the next 5 coming stitches, we will take them and we will put them in the stitches holder, like this, okay? We will take them, we will take them out of the needle, we will leave them here in front, then we are going to knit the next 5 coming stitches, like this, sorry, I have to cut, okay. So 2, 3, 4, and 5. Then the 5 stitches that we leave in hold here in the stitches holder, we are going to take them and place them back in the needle like this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, once we have them here, we are going to knit them 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then we will knit the last stitches out of the 15, remember? So well, here as you could see, we already crossed. So here we are going to place a marker to point it out that here was the last time that we crossed, okay, because sometimes I miss the counting, so it will be easier. So please use a marker. If you don't have a marker, well, just put a thread of a different color to point it out. Well, with this sign, we know that after this we have to make 5 rows, like the 5 rows that we have made, and then after, when we are about to start the 6th row, we know that we need to cross again. But well, let's finish this row, and then when we finish this row, we will start the counting again. So from here we will start counting 5 rows more. We will follow the same instructions that we followed in the last 5 stitches. In the last 5 rows, sorry. So we have to count like this. So we will make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then when we start the 6th row, and then again we crossed. But don't worry, see you there. Look, I finished the 5 rows. Okay, I followed the same instructions, and after the marker is where I started the counting. You see, so here I have 5 rows. So again, I'm about to start the 6th row, so there is where I'm going to cross. You see how important is the marker? But well, we are here about to start the 6th row. So we will knit first the 15 stitches, then we will pour this stitch, then we will knit the 5 first stitches, and then we will take in the stitches holder the next 5 stitches. Well, here I made the first 15 stitches. I knit them, then I pour one, and now I'm going to knit the next 5 coming stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Then I will take the next 5 stitches here in the stitches holders. As you could see here, we are alternating. The first time that we crossed, we took the first 5, remember? And now we are going to place, and we will leave in hold the stitches in the back. Also, we are going to alternate. Remember that when we first crossed, we put them in front. Well, then we will knit the next 5, and then we will come back and place the 5 stitches that we leave in hold again in the needle. Please also, when you are doing this, it's important that you count that you have 5. Well, once you have them here in the needle, we are going to knit them. Okay, like this. So here we have crossed. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then we will continue with the instruction. We are going to pour 1, and then we will knit the next 15. Okay, so you could see how here we are creating the shape of the braid. Well, like this we will continue. Remember to point it out here again. I'm going to put this marker, sorry. And we will, from here we will count and we will make 5 rows more, and then again we will cross. Well, these 12 rows are one series, okay? So we will repeat this segment, these 12 rows, until we get the length of the poncho that we want, okay? This strip has to go all around our body. So well, we will cross, and we will take in the stitches holder first the 5 first stitches, and then in the second series we are going to place them in the back the next 5 stitches, and always we will point it out with a marker when we crossed. For example, here in the next segment I'm going to cross the first 5 stitches and I will place them in front, and then the next time I cross I will place them in the back. So be careful, remember we will take first the first 5 and then we will take the next 5, and this is the whole thing, okay? We will continue following these instructions and making these 2 series, these 12 rows, crossing the braid, and this is how it will look in the wrong side. And don't lose in mind also to count 15 at the beginning and 15 at the end. So well, you will follow these instructions and you will have a long strips that goes all around your body. Like I want this poncho for me, I will make a strip that measure 1 meter and 30 centimeters, okay? I'm a large size, so I will make this strip that goes all around my body. Well, look how beautiful it's looking. Look at the braid. And well, I already have to make more rows to get the measure that I want. Remember that I will make 1 meter and 30 centimeters. Once you are sure, you will fold it and you will see if this strip fits perfectly in your body. You have to take into account that this strip will reduce a little bit here at the end because we are going to make the neck. So when we cast on the stitches for the neck, it will reduce a little bit like this. So please take that into account, that it will reduce. In case that it will reduce too much, well, please make more rows. And remember that here at the end we will make a row. Well, I will stop here because I already have the rows that I need, okay? So I will bind off, and we will bind off like this, okay? With the other needle, we are going to take 2 and knit them together, and then we are going to come back and place the stitch that we have left here again in the needle. Then again we will repeat. We will knit them two together. We will come back with one. We will knit the next two, and like this until we finished. Okay, you have to make this a little bit loose, because if not we will lose the shape. Well, here I finished like this. Okay, for a small size I suggest that you make 1 meter and 10 centimeters. For a medium size, 1 meter and 20 centimeters, and for a large size like me, you will make 1 meter and 30 centimeters. Okay, but well, once you finish, you have to try on to make sure. Okay, at the end we will use our hook. Well, you will decide which side would you want from the bottom and which side you want it from the top. Okay, well, once you are sure, we are going to use one thread of the same color with our hook, and this will be the part of the neck. Okay, the side of the neck, and we are going to reduce a little bit, and we are going to make a single crochet row, and we are going to make one single crochet here in each space, one here, one here, one here. And well, like this is how we are going to reduce, and this is how we are going to continue the whole row. Well, at the end of the row, turn around and we are going to reduce a little bit more. Okay, with the same hook and with the same thread, we are going to make one, and then we will skip the next one, and we will crochet the next one, and like this, you see, we are going to skip one, and we will knit and we will crochet the next one. We will continue making single crochet, and like this is how we are going to continue the whole row. Well, at the end of the row, leave a long thread because we will use it later to sew and to join here. Well, now we have to make the neck. We are going to make a long strip that goes all around here, all around the neck, and we will continue to make the neck. But well, I will show you how. Just give me a sec. Well, so we will make a long strip from here. If we fold it, we have 31 centimeters, so all around we'll measure 62 centimeters, but we will make 60 only. Okay, okay, the next step is optional. If you want to leave it without a neck, well, you can just leave it like this and just make a cute stitch here in the neck and sew. But well, if you want to have the style and the model of the poncho that I showed you at the beginning, we have to make a strip. I will use a different color, and for this section we are going to cast on 37 stitches. Well, and like this, with this technique, I will cast on 37 stitches. Well, at the end, when we finish to cast on, we will knit all the stitches. Remember that in the first row and the first stitch, we will knit it always. So like this, we will knit all the stitches. When we finish to make this row, we will come back and we will knit all the stitches again, okay? So we will continue with this stitch all the rows, and we are going to make a long strip. At the end we will have a stitch like this one, okay? Like the one that we use in the poncho. So we will have a long strip, and we will use this long strip for the neck. Okay, so let me make more rows and see you there. Well, look, this is the long strip that I needed, and I made 60 centimeters. So this strip is okay to me, so I will bind off all the stitches. Well, I bind off all the stitches and I already put it here, so this strip is perfect. I put some markers to point it out and to see if the strip fits perfectly with the poncho. So now that I'm sure, I will sew. I will use an embroidery needle and one thread of the yarn. You will decide, sorry, which color. I will use the same grade of the poncho, and I will make the invisible stitch. So I will make one, and I will take one stitch from each side like this, and we will try to match all the stitches perfectly. Okay, for example, here where is the knot, I will take it as a stitch, and here where is the chain, you see. So like this we are going to continue until we finish to sew all the strip of the neck with the poncho. Well, look, here I finished to sew, and so far it's looking so great, right? Well, now we are going to sew this side of the poncho, and if you want you can sew this side of the neck too, but I was thinking that maybe it will be a good idea that we leave the poncho without sewing because it looks good, no? Like this. But you will decide. But if you don't like it like this, well, try on and see it, and if not, well, you can sew it and have it as a turtleneck. Okay, so once we finish to join this side, and if you decide to sew the neck too, we'll see you there, because at the end we will make a final stitch here for the edge. Look, at the end I try on and I just sew just the half of the neck. Okay, so I can have the rest opened and it will fold it good. And I finished to sew, and here I will use this thread to make the last row. Well, here in the bottom we will make first a single crochet row, and while we make this row we are going to hide these threads that we have here, these loosened threads. So I will take them together, and over these threads I will make the stitch. It's important also that you make this single crochet a little bit loose, okay? Because if we tight or if we escape too much spaces, we are going to reduce and we will lose the shape of the poncho. So it's important that we make this row loose, okay? Like this. All around we are going to make single crochet. Well, at the end we are going to slip one to close, and then we will go up with 5 chains. We will skip 1, 2, and in the third we will make single crochet, then again 5 chains, skip 1 and single crochet. But you know what, I think I'm going to only skip 1, so I will come back. So again we will leave the 5 chains, we will skip 1, and in the second single crochet, and like this the whole row. Okay, again 5 chains, skip 1, and in the next one single crochet. And well, like this we will keep with the shape, and I think it's perfect. So let's continue like this the whole row. Well, at the end we will slip 1 and we will arrive to the top of the wave like this, and then from here we will go up with 1, 2, 3 chains, and in the same space we will come back and make double crochet, all of them in the same space. And with this we are going to make a popcorn, and we are going to make inside 5 double crochets. Once we have them, all of them in the same space, we are going to close like this. We are going to slip 1, then 1 chain to close, then 1, 2, 3 chains, and we will make a single crochet here in the top of the next wave. Again 3 chains, and here right in the middle again we will repeat and make 5 double crochets inside to make the popcorn. So remember that we make the 5 double crochet, then we will insert the hook where we started, we will slip 1 and 1 chain to close, and again 3 chains and single crochet in the next wave. And like this we will continue the whole row. Well, at the end of the row we are going to slip 1 here. We will finish making 3 chains, and we will slip 1 right in the top of the popcorn. Then we will slip 1 until the middle of the first wave. We will make 3 chains. We will make a single crochet in the top of the next wave, then 3 chains, and right after the popcorn a single crochet again, and we will repeat We are inserting the hook in the wave after the popcorn and right after the popcorn. And we will continue like this the whole row. Okay, we are going to make one row of waves, and then in the next row we are going to make the row of popcorns, but we are going to alternate them. We are going to place them here between the last popcorns that we made. So when I finish to make this row, I will make the popcorn row, but I will change the color. I will use the blue that I used for the neck. Well, look, at the end it looks like this. I think it looks good, right? Different, and it gives a little pop of color. So at the end we will have this result. Well, so what do you think? I hope that you have enjoyed making this poncho with me. I love how the braid looks. Even if you decide to make the poncho without the edge of the end, I think it will look amazing too. And I also like how the shape of the necks look without having and without sewing the last stitches, right? So I love it. I think it's an amazing garment to make, and I hope that you make it. Well, before you go, please don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to click the red button, and when it's in red, you are subscribed. It's completely free. And also follow me in TikTok. I'm new in TikTok. Here I will share my username, and also in Instagram, in Pinterest, and in Facebook. But well, thank you so much. Thank you for arriving till the end of this video. See you in the coming videos, and if you like it, please share it. Thank you so much and see you soon. Bye bye.